Hey, everybody. Welcome. I am here today to talk to you about December and leading into the end of 2025 and what Feng Shui thoughts and clearings and things that you should do in order to truly prepare yourself for the coming year ahead. I'm excited to talk to you about that. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Kerri Miller. I'm a Feng Shui and energy clearing practitioner, and I truly believe that the energy of your surroundings has an influence over you and over your life and your business and your family and your health and your wealth. And I also believe that you can influence that energy and that flow to make your situation, your outcomes better in life. And so that's what I'm here to talk to you about, especially at this key time of year when we're closing out one year and moving into another year. It's a very powerful energetic shift that you can take advantage of. And I want to tell you how to do that today. Before I get started, I want to let you know that I'm actually teaching a workshop on this in more depth in just a week, and it's a free virtual workshop which you're invited to attend. It does not take place here. You actually have to sign up via the link, and you'll receive a link to click in so that you can join the workshop. It takes place on Wednesday, December 10th at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again, it's virtual, it's free to attend, and the topic is the 2026 Feng Shui energy forecast. And what we're really looking at is the approaching Chinese New Year, the approaching year of the fire horse. And we're going to look at what that means for you, for your life, for your businesses, and how you can make sure that you're using the current energies. Right now in 2025, we're in the year of the wood snake. There are energies associated with that year, which are really prime. They're prime for helping you to, if you use them correctly, helping you transition easily into the wood horse or the fire horse year, which I'll talk about in just a minute. So I'm going to share the link to that workshop in the description. And if you'd like to join in for that, you can just click the link and register for that. It's December. We're all thinking about the end of the year, wrapping things up before the holidays, taking off for the holidays. And I always think about this in much bigger detail than I ever did before because of my Feng Shui associations. And I was actually on a call last night with a Feng Shui friend of mine, and we were talking about I'm doing lots of reading and research about the incoming energies and what to expect and what to share with my clients and how to help people navigate these energies smoothly and beneficially. And so we were sharing what we've both, read and learned about this particular transition year. And it's really very powerful. And we both were kind of shocked by the potential for what is coming in the next couple of weeks. And that's what I wanted to come in here and share with you about today. So this will be a fairly short video, but I want to give you some ideas of some things that you can be thinking about and taking action on over the next coming weeks, so that you are really setting yourself up for success as the new energies of a new year approach. And I'll talk to you about that from two different levels in a minute. If you look at the numerology of this current year that we're in, 2025, it is a 9 year. So you total those four numbers up and it totals the number 9. And number 9 is considered a year of completion, a year of finishing cycles, of ending things. And then we transition into 2026, which is a 1 year, and that is really all about new beginnings, fresh starts, new energy, lots of vibrancy, lots of momentum. So there's this conclusion that's happening energetically as 2025 ends, which is the completion of a 9 year cycle. So each year has a different energy to it. And this 9th year is that ending. All the things that we've been through over the last 9 years are really coming to conclusion, and new cycles and energies are beginning. And so the ideal situation is to really be clear about what you're finishing and really act to complete things in the next couple of weeks so that you are starting very fresh on that 1 year when that transition happens. From a Feng Shui perspective, we look at it a little bit differently. We're looking at the Chinese astrology of the year currently in 2025, from I think it was the end of January of 2025 until February, middle of February 2026, we are in the year of the wood snake. And that wood snake has energies and personalities associated and traits associated with it. And it's really influenced how you may have felt throughout the year and what you may have accomplished and what you may not have. So I do the energy forecast that I just mentioned. I've done that. This will be my third time doing it. So I did do a forecast last year about the year of the wood snake and what to expect from the energies. I'm glad I did it. Like, I'm glad I shared it with myself and did the research and was able to share it with people, because what I, in my brain, thought was going to get done and get accomplished was actually the energy wasn't there to support it. And I very quickly was able to revert, sort of change course or shift the way that I was approaching things to more um, in a more balanced way, utilize the energy of the snake to get where I wanted to go rather than try to force my way through with traits that didn't really work. So, for example, the snake is very, well known for kind of slinking up and coiling up and waiting and striking at the right time, and really being patient, 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 patient. And I could say that exponentially 10 more times because it really took a lot of patience. Things that I thought would happen quickly took a very long time this year. Excuse me. But because I knew about the energies of this year, I really was able to like talk myself down from acting harshly or leaping too soon, and really align with the energies and move and strike like a snake will strike. It strikes when the energy is right or when the timing is right. And so that was a great benefit for the snake year. The other thing is that snakes are known for shedding their skin. They break out of the layer of skin that they are in order to grow a new skin and to grow themselves. So that process of um, shedding was a very powerful process to be aware of and to partake in during this snake year, because the more that you shed, the less you'll have to carry forward and the more you'll be able to grow. Like, if the snake doesn't burst out of that old skin, it cannot grow. It cannot like reach the next evolution of itself. And so, and that's a process that is uncomfortable and painful and difficult. And that's what this year was all about. Like, just going through those challenging moments and releasing, like letting go, breaking free, shedding what is no longer serving you, shedding what is keeping you constrained, and really lightening your load, like definitely lightening the load that you are carrying. And that is, in feng shui terms, that can be something as simple as like decluttering your space, like shedding things that no longer support who you are and where you're going. But it's also things like shedding old habits that are not working for you anymore. And I'll talk to you about a couple of things to consider releasing and letting go of, or tying up before the end of the year in just a minute. But the reason why I want you to know that this next few weeks in December, and I'll give you some leeway into January because of the Chinese New Year, which doesn't arrive till February. But you are, by doing that shedding, doing that releasing, you are lightening your load and really setting yourself up for success for the next year, which is in Chinese astrology, the year of the fire horse. And the fire horse comes in, it's very fiery, it's very volatile, it's very active, it's very energized, it's got tons of forward momentum, tons of um, energy, and it can really move quickly. So this coming year, 2026, is really going to move fast. Things are going to change quickly. Things are going to happen quickly. And quite honestly, if you're still carrying around stuff that isn't supporting who you are, uh, it's going to slow you down. You're going to be scrambling to catch up with the horse. Like you're going to be holding on for dear life to the horse while the horse rides really fast. And that's not the way to ride the energies to your advantage. Um, yeah, it's just a really like cool thing to think about. What can I let go of now? What can I tie up now so that I really am light and free and able to just jump on the horse and go? The other thing that I'll say is that the fire horse can be it's so fast and it's so active, it can be really overwhelming. And if you're not energetically prepared or in the right frequency to keep pace with that horse energy, you can burn out really quickly in work or in your business. You know, those are things that you really have to pay attention to, and you have to, when you're aware of the energies, you can work with them rather than against them. So a lot of times I talk about if it feels like you're swimming upstream in your life, like you're hitting this glass ceiling and you're not able to get ahead or propel forward in a way, usually that's a sign that you're actually working against the energies. You're swimming against the way the energies are flowing. And so this energy forecast workshop that I'll take you through is really designed to talk about that transition from the snake year into the year of the horse, what you can do to embrace it with ease and really be able to glide on that horse into a great place of freedom and adventure and like really truly being yourself in 2026. And also move from that 9 year of completion into a space where you have really tied things up and you have a fresh start available to you in all parts of life. So the things to think about over the next couple of weeks are, you know, in your own home, what can you release, like physical items that you can let go of, things that are not serving you, not helping you to get where you are going. What can you clear out physically and energetically from your space? Maybe your clothes, your closet, your books, um, decorative items that you have that you no longer use. If it's not helping you and not a useful part of your life, I would recommend letting that go because holding on to it as the year speeds up is going to be a lot harder than you think. And it will actually, you know, because when we look at physical items in your space, we look at the way that actually blocks energy flowing. So it blocks the potential of that horse energy from actually moving you forward. And we don't want that to happen. So as much decluttering and clearing, energy clearing that you can do, the better. Um, I've been doing a lot personally in terms of releasing old stories, whether that be old stories about limiting beliefs that I've had, or family stories that I've had, or beliefs about abilities and capabilities, and really opening up to new potential in that, releasing the old stories and really rewriting a new story, healing that old story. Bad habits for sure. You know, if there are habits that you are doing that you are not, you know, are not going to support you when life speeds up, maybe start to try to change and transition those now to bring in some habits that are really supporting you in maintaining that level of fast and furious energy that we'll be going into. What kind of loose ends do you have to tie up, especially before the end of this 9 year? Like, are there projects that you started but haven't finished? Are there things that have you've written down? You know, for me, like I write a list every day of things to do in my business, and I will notice after a while that the same thing, the same task, keeps getting carried over and over and over and not getting done. And so, like, do I just want to finish that like once and for all? So I'm not carrying that unfinished energy, always feeling behind into this new 9-year cycle. Like that's what I'm really going to be working on over the coming weeks personally. I have this one project that I started for my business back in January. I was so proud of myself because between January and February, I finally got something done that had been on my list for it had been on my list for years, like literally years. I wanted to create something to share. And it's done, it's checked off, it's created, but I haven't delivered it. Like it's still literally not doing its job yet. And so those are the types of loose ends that I want to tie up, especially in terms of my business, in order to support that forward momentum when it comes next year. And the other thing that, again, I was talking to my Feng Shui friend last night, and we were talking a little bit about forgiving. Like, what can you forgive about things that have happened over this last 9-year cycle, that you can like literally heal or forgive or let go of so that you're not carrying that situation into the next 9-year cycle. Um, and just to wrap things up in Feng Shui, in the Flying Stars Feng Shui, we are looking at different periods. And so in 2024, we actually entered period 9, and the periods are actually 20-year cycles in themselves. So we are in a 20-year period 9 cycle. So over the next, like I think there's 18 years left, we are going to be closing out a big cycle that actually started 340 something years ago. So there, we look at the life cycle of energy as well. And in that life cycle of energy, there is a 360-year cycle of energy, and it's broken down into 9 20-year periods. And so in 2024, we entered that 9th period, which again is a completion of that big cycle. So there's lots of different ways to look at the cycles of energy and the life force of energy and how it, grows and depletes over time. But just being aware of it in your own life and using these energies, like right now, we are letting go and about to have a blank, almost like a blank slate to move forward with and move forward very fast because of that horse energy that's coming in. So the more you can clear the decks before that new year comes in, the better off you'll be. I hope that gives you some thoughts, some ideas about how you can approach the next couple of weeks, both from your physical space and your mental space, and all of the habits and other things that you have in place, and how you can set yourself up for success in the coming weeks for a really successful 2026. And again, I'm going to put the link in the comments to that 2026 Feng Shui forecast workshop, which happens next week. And I would love to have you join me if you are free. Thanks so much, everybody. Take care. Bye.